Good evening everyone, and welcome to Gundam News. And this week, I'm starting with a quick announcement for next week's Gundam News. I'll be flying to Fukuoka on Tuesday for, I think, pretty obvious reasons. I'll be paying a visit to the new Gundam there, and I'll also record some footage for a video of that. And because I'll only be staying there for a few days, after which I'll be moving on to Tokyo, there's not going to be a lot of time to be recording Gundam News during that time. So it will already be uploaded on next week, Monday. After which things will be more or less back on schedule with a slightly longer Gundam News on the Thursday after that week. On to the news then. Last week I talked about the Gundam themed Crocs, and I only mentioned that they were made in kid sizes. But they are in fact also made in adult sizes. The big news for this week then is of course a reminder that the Gundam Breaker 4 Open Network test will go live a couple of hours after this video goes live. And you can already download it right now so that you can immediately jump in once the test goes live. Adjusted for PDT, the time slots are the 18th from 5 PM to 10 PM, so again, in a few hours, the 19th from 2 AM to 7 AM, and then the 19th from 7 PM to the 20th, 11 PM. And not only will this give you the ability to try out the game for free, but it'll also give Bandai the opportunity to test their multiplayer servers. So, maybe let's add a little disclaimer to that access schedule. There we go. That's more like it. And since we're on the topic of Gunpla, we also got some limited kit announcements. First up, from Premium Bandai, the high-grade Gelgoog Menace mass production type colors went up for pre-order and is slated for an October release. The thing goes for a hefty 3,190 yen, which, thanks to the weak yen nowadays, only comes down to about 20 US, and it comes with the space backpack, a beam rifle, beam naginata, and that very interesting looking beam shield. But don't be confused by the promotional images where it has the atmospheric backpack as well. That thing is sold separately. And a few days later, the real great Blast Impulse Gundam SpecII went up for pre-order for 4,400 yen, 28 US, making it the first time that we're getting the Blast Impulse in real great form. And what's interesting about this thing is that they decided to go with a slightly different design for the beam javelins. In both the anime and the other kits, we have two separate but longer beam javelins, whereas in the real grade, we are getting two shorter beam javelins that are designed to be combined, creating a single double-bladed beam javelin. Other than that then, it also comes with a railgun, and it'll come flying your way in September. And from the Gundam base and Side F, you'll be able to get the following two Gunpla starting July the 27th. There is the high-grade Gundam Calibarn, clear color version, which is exactly what the title tells you it is, a clear version of the Calibarn, which you can get for 2,200 yen, 14 US. But then there is the Master Grade Destiny Gundam Heine Custom, which actually isn't exactly what the title is. They're kinda underselling it, because there are two versions of the Master Grade Destiny Gundam. The first one was very simply the Master Grade Destiny Gundam, which is actually the one you should never get, because basically it has become the budget version. There's no Wings of Light, no Palma Fiocina effect parts, and no other cool effect parts either. Those are included with the Extreme Burst mode. And in addition to coming with all those effect parts, its joints are also coated with silver to make the whole thing even more impressive. The Heine Custom then is somewhere in between these two variants, because it comes with all of the stuff from the Extreme Burst version, with most of the beam effects now being in orange, but it doesn't have the silver joints. So again, kinda underselling it for the people who know their Destiny Gundam model kits. Because literally my first reaction when I saw just the name of the model kit was like, they're not going for the Extreme Burst version, but the cheap version? And then I of course saw all the stuff that it came with. For more Gundam Seed Gunpla then, Bandai is currently conducting a Gundam Seed Freedom Gunpla questionnaire where you can give your opinion about future Gundam Seed Gunpla releases. For example, do you prefer to get mobile suits that haven't gotten a model kit yet as a high grade, or do you prefer like some mobile suits that have already gotten a high grade to get a higher grade, like for example a real grade or an RE100? And then the obvious follow-up question is, which mobile suits in particular would you like to get this treatment? I'll have the link to the questionnaire down below, because even though it is in Japanese, I think you should be fine using Google Translate. And also a pro tip on how to write to mobile suits you actually want to get that treatment in Japanese. If you go to the Gundam Wiki, like 99% of all mobile suits and characters also have their name written there in Japanese, so you can simply copy and paste that. And since you can write down as many Gunpla as you want there, why not also write down Meyrin Hawke there? For the figures then, we go to China, where they just announced Volume 2 of their BN head collection. This time featuring the Strike Freedom Gundam head. It goes for 1,299 yuan, 179 US, and for that price, this human head-size Strike Freedom head comes with some very nice detailing and light-up effect parts. And it can be yours in November through Tmall. Of course, if you're living in China. Meanwhile, on the gaming front, in Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Easy 8 HMC has joined the fray, something that I never expected to see in modern graphics. While on the Steam version, the Zaku Machiner and Zaku Machiner EB have joined the fun. In UC Engage then, you can get the UR Char Aznable and his custom Zagok as event unit assemblies, plus through a new world raid, you can get a ticket for a guaranteed UR mobile suit, and in Gundam Arsenal Base, Unitribe Season 3 has gone live, which of course also means a new set of cards to collect. The new ones are the Gundam Ray Red Dragon, Victory Gundam, Vanilla Gyaradoga, Gyaradoga Resin Custom, Logule, Uso Ewin, and Resin Schneider. And in other news, Sunrise World in Ikubukuro's Sunshine City got some renovations and reopened on the 13th, plus 2 new locations will be opening up. One in Yokohama on the 20th, and one in Hakata on the 27th, both inside of a Bandai Namco cross store. On July the 25th then, at 11:45 AM, a special Requiem for Vengeance and Silver Phantom preview panel will be held at the San Diego Comic-Con. They'll be talking about the latest news for both productions, so maybe we'll get some cool news from that. And then from September the 21st to December the 2nd, the Yoshikazu Yasuhiko exhibition will be held at the Iwami Art Museum in Shimane. As for the things you could get this week then, on the 11th, you could get some fancy Flash Gundam PCB art phone cases. And the deal with these cases is that they have like LEDs inside of them that can be powered by the radio waves emitted by your phone. The available designs this time around are the life-size New Gundam and the Lobster Claw Sazabi, and you can get them for the iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max for 17,600 yen, 111 US, or for an IC card for 12,100 yen, 77 US. One day later then, you could get a variety of things from also a variety of places. From regular stores, you could get a bunch of different Gundam stationery. There's a Federation or Xeon pen case for 2,200 yen, 14 US, various metallic files for 495 yen a pop, which is around 3 US, a Gundam or Char Zaku desk mat for 3,300 yen, 21 US, a Gundam or Xeon A3 cutter mat for 2,860 yen, 18 US, a mouse pad for 990 yen each, 6 US, or one of 2 postcard sets that go for 726 yen each, 5 US. Set A includes the Gundam, Sharzagok, and Sharzaku, whereas Set B includes a different Sharzaku, a different Gundam, and the mass production type Zaku 2. From the Gundam base and Gundam Side F, meanwhile, you could get these Gundam rubber coaster Gachapons. And I think this is the first time that I've heard about rubber coasters being distributed through a Gachapon machine. Like, I have heard about like blind box coasters, but the machine is a first. But then again, I have seen weirder things in Gachapon machines. So for 400 yen a spin, 3 US, you can get a coaster with the RX-78-2 Gundam, Sharzaku 2, the Zeta Gundam, the Hyakushiki, the new Gundam, the Sazabi, the Unicorn Gundam, or the Banshee. Next up on the 15th then, the 6th G-Frame full armor lineup became available, consisting of the Rising Freedom Gundam, the Immortal Justice Gundam, the Gan, and an upgraded version of Char's Gelgoog, which was previously already released for the 4th lineup of the regular G-Frame set, but has now been upgraded with armor on the back of its upper arms and thighs. Each figure is made up of 2 sets, being an armor set which also comes with a static frame, and a frame set which comes with a movable frame and also extra weapons and accessories. So you have to get both sets to get the full figure. One set goes for 748 yen, 5 US, making it around 10 US for a full figure. And then finally today, we got a bunch of Gunpla. For 2,917 yen, 19 US, there is the high-grade Duel Blitz with its removable Assault Shroud armor, meaning that you can either have him as the standard Duel, minus the shield, or as the brand new Duel Blitz, which is of course the thing that's on the box. And true to its name, it combines elements from the Duel's Assault Shroud with weapons from the Blitz, like the Gleipnir grappling hook, which also comes with a small stand, and the Lancer darts, which it can hold in its hands. For 4,180 yen then, 27 US, there was the figurized standard Lunamaria Hawke. She comes with a bunch of different facial expressions, an optional helmet with removable visor, a bunch of different hands, and probably her main feature, 2 different chests, one of which has been meticulously recreated with soft material. And finally, we have some option part set Gunpla kits. For 880 yen a pop, 6 US, there is the Balden arms and the Galaxy Booster, and for 660 yen, 4 US, there is the Giant Gatling. For this week's reading material then, there was the Big Comic Superior, in which Gundam Thunderbolt is being serialized. Chapter 21 of Gundam's sequel has been published for free online and is linked down below, and the same goes for Chapter 2 of the new G Gundam novel. And the old Plamo Wars manga is getting reissued through Fukan, which I will have linked down below as well. The original manga was published in Comic Bombom from December 1994 to April 1998, and it features Gunpla from G Gundam and BB Senshi. On to this week's apparel news then, where Bankore kicked things off in style with pre-orders for a King of Hearts tie. The thing is entirely in black, with the King of Hearts emblem in red, making it something that simultaneously stands out, but still remains subtle, like compared to other anime-inspired ties. And you can wear this thing to business meetings in October. And on the same day, pre-orders went live for some quote items. From Amuro, we've got the "It's not over, I've only lost the main camera," and from Sayla, we've got "And you call yourself a man, coward." Both lines are available on a t-shirt for 3,520 yen each, 23 US, or on a towel for 1,980 yen, 13 US, and they'll be shipping out in August. Next up then, last week we covered a Vist Foundation inspired toolbox bag, and this week we're getting the same thing but in some other designs. We've got a very flashy blue new Gundam inspired design, and a fancy red Zaft version. Both go for 6,308 yen each, 47 US, and are slated for a November and September release respectively. And then to end things with something slightly different, we have these Switch from Mercury hair ties featuring the head of 15 of the main characters. You can use them as actual hair ties or to decorate something else like an umbrella or a clothes hanger. They'll be shipping out in September, and they're available through Bancore's Happy Claw service, which is basically an online Gachapon service. So for 808 yen a spin, 6 US, you'll get one random one. And as always, let's quickly wrap things up with the polls. With the release of the Figurized Standard Lunamaria, Gundam.info wanted to know which other Gundam character we would like to see as a Figurized Standard figure that also had some like rubber soft parts in it. And well, we got some pretty close battles this time around. Troa Barton and his clown outfit won with 43.3%, which is a lot, but Manny managed to get pretty close with 39.3%. And well, to be honest, while I wouldn't mind a Troa, I think I'll pass on the clown outfit, but it seems like a lot of people really dig it. Personally, I would have expected Manny with her cheerleading outfit to win, but it's always good to see Gundam Wing winning something. And then fighting for third place, we have Chandra with 9.2% and Sweatson with 8.2%. Frankly, I'm amazed they got as many votes as they did. Like, I would buy 10 Troa Barton clown figures before I'd even consider buying any of these. Like, their character designs are straight up unappealing. As for the currently ongoing poll then, with the announcement of the Metal Build God Gundam, Gundam.info wants to know which G Gundam mobile fighter we would like to see as the next G Gundam metal build. But before you get too excited about maybe being able to decide what the next metal build G Gundam thing is going to be, when we look at the options, it feels much more like a poll that's being done for shits and giggles rather than a genuine, like, gauging interest kind of poll. There's the Ashura Gundam, the Nether Gundam, the Mandala Gundam, or the Devil Gundam Colony version. Yeah, no matter which one wins, I highly doubt they'll actually get a metal build. But the results so far are interesting to see. The Ashura Gundam with its many arms is last, the Nether Gundam and the Mandala Gundam are duking it out for second place, with the Mandala Gundam being in a slight lead at the moment of recording, and currently in first place, we have the Devil Gundam Colony. But it's not actually leading by as much as I would have expected. Like, I would have expected this thing to crush the opposition. But my choice was, of course, obvious. The Nether Gundam. Partially for the meme, and partially because, you know, you gotta support the neighbors. And if you want to cast your vote, I'll have the link down below. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week Monday with more Gundam news.